Hey, babies. What's up, my darling MVPs, and how you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with Mimiciously Mimi, where you get the gist. I see they do waiting. I see they heart. Of course, you know there is no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze, you do what? You lose. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat, long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist? I see the heart. So guys, yesterday we discussed about some certain housemates diary session, the Wani and Handy pair. The which pair did we discuss again? We discussed 3 pairs, right? 6 pairs yesterday. So now today is another round. The housemates are going in their numbers, for their diary session. So at least the housemates have a lot to say, because a lot is brewing in the house. So in no particular order, I'm going to be starting with Tjay. Yes, I'm just going to be putting everything in summary, in as much as he had a lot to say. Like, I think Tjay is going to be that person this season whereby he's going to be having his diary session, we'll go to market and come back, he's still talking. So for Tjay, guys, he said he's having a great day, that his therapeutic session is really going on well. According to him, his therapist ministry, in his words, is actually going on well, because a lot of housemates are in their feelings, shippers are having ish, all comes to him, to pour their hearts. So Big Brother asked him that, okay, fine, Tjay the therapist, most of the housemates comes to you to pour out their problem, but you are free to pour yours on Big Brother. Tell me, how is your journey between you and your pair? He said his journey with Ben has been very okay. Then, as much as they've not been winning recently, but they are doing great. That during the beginning, that it was kind of not easy for Ben to actually relate with the housemates, that he really brought Ben here. Maybe he's the one that actually made their coming to the house happen. Like, I think maybe he's the one that has the connection, because among the 2 pairs, one person had the connect to come to the house, because according to what he said, bringing Ben to the house, he wants Ben to shine, and he doesn't want to see any like him trying to backslide. So he advised on Ben. Now look at Ben. He is the house favorite. Like, he's the one making jokes in the house. He's the one making the house laugh and whatnot. So he said he feels so happy that is actually a plus to them, because the housemates, they are on their good side, because Ben is actually good with everyone. Himself is also good with everyone. For Ben, he's the house comedian, that he know fully well that when he leaves this house, if they happen to leave this house, that the house is going to be calm, quiet, because there is no Ben in the house to entertain them. And then he said for him, he has made himself available as a therapist. You guys, during their introduction, he said it already. So he said now the housemates comes to him, to have conversation. Whenever they feel unsafe, they come to him. So him and Ben are actually on the safe space when it comes to the housemates, right? And he also was being asked about before he was asked about his highs and lows, he said he's actually having deeper connections with some of the housemates. He said first of the Chakers are their own people. Like, they really, really, really hope that the Chakers made it far in this game, So they said Anita, he's also said Anita, he's cool with Anita, that Anita also had this kind of his profession, and Anita is closer to Ben. And then he said he's also getting closer to Mickey, and he had a different narrative, about a different perception about DJ Flo. But right now he's seeing a different part, and they are getting to know each other more, that they are very cool right now. And it may seem as though, because when he was asked about his highs, he was trying to mention his highs. He said stepping on the stage was his highs. So it may seem as though it was not just the radicals who had ish. before coming to the house, because Tjay just revealed and said before they step on stage, before their entrance, himself and Ben had serious ish, right? And then getting on stage, how they dropped their ish aside, acted like they were all cool, is one of his highlights. That it gives a room that like they actually left whatever they had or the problem they had, to put things aside, and then they give the audience a grand entrance. And truly, truly, if he did not say this, we would not know that they had an ish during their entrance or before their entrance. You understand? So and he also spoke about how Ben underrates himself. He had a lot to say about Ben, man. He said Ben underrates himself, that Ben is actually an intelligent dude who does not know his quality, that he's always, sideline things because he thinks he is not capable while he is really capable, that he is trying to let Ben see things that he can do them, right? Like they're actually thinking of being the head of house, but Ben is always saying, oh, you be the one to do most of the brainstorming and whatnot. And he told Ben that no ways, you're going to do too, because you are capable. So to him, he feel like Ben underrates himself so well. So he had a lot to say with Ben. He said they had good connection, that he has not really spoke with Ben with the public like the housemates, but they always have conversations together and they are really flowing and they are okay. And then he was asked about the head of house and what he think about their leadership. According to him, he feel like looking at them, you would think they are going to have less power than the previous leader, but they are really, really, really quite authoritative. They're actually carrying their leadership role very well. That for Anita is a sweet girl. She doesn't have a problem and whatnot. But for Nelly is the outspoken one. When she speaks, you would think, oh, she's this vile person or whatnot. But when you get closer to her, you would see she barely have an ish. When you look at her, you see a video version, but when you get close to her, you see that she's this calm lady, you can have a proper conversation with. That Nelly is actually a sweet soul. It's given she's actually hot from the outside, but inside she's sweet. So he had so much to say. He spoke about the new rules Biggie, gave the house and whatnot. All of them. It's just too much. If I begin to talk about everything Tjay says, guys, I'm just going to talk about Tjay alone on this particular video. So yeah, guys, the next housemate we're going to be talking about, in as much as he was the first housemate to be called to the diary session, is Kellyrae of the Double K. So guys, for Double K, he came in, he told Big Brother that he is doing great, that he is doing fine, and then Biggie asked him, why are you doing great? Why are you doing fine? And then he said, Big Brother, because I do not have a choice but to do great and to do fine. And he thinks that is the only way to go. And then Biggie asked him about the new rules in the house, of not going into the kitchen for a certain time. And he said, he started entering that he likes it honestly, because he has been fattening so much. I do not know. I do not know the relationship with him fatting and what, like the question Big Brother asked about the new rules. Is closing the kitchen or opening the kitchen going to increase the fatting? I really do not get that part. Because he said he has been fatting so much. And Biggie was like, what do you want me to do with this information? He said, no, not in Biggie, because you asked about the new rules. Hence, I'm telling you that, in fact, he's not fatting his mess, that he has been using duvet to actually subdue the sound. So now, henceforth, I'll be looking at him like, he's fasting there, even when he's not fasting. The guy is actually a funny dude without knowing. So Biggie asked about him and his partner and how they are coping. So he said, being with the partner has not been easy, in as much as they are married but came in as bestie. It's not been easy keeping up with the housemates with that regards of being besties, and that most of the housemates are being suspicious about them, that he does not know what he is doing that would make the housemates, think they are having a thing, because he has been trying his best not to let them think that way, though that he has been caring for the wife, making sure she eats, that he has always been the one cooking, so he doesn't know why the housemate has to still think, because maybe they think because he's doing all of that for Kassia, they have a thing, So and he said it may seem as though for the few weeks now, feelings has started to get to Kassia, like she has actually started to be in her feelings. Why is that? Because there was a time she called him. I was telling him that he does not like how he moves with the girls. That she thinks is not cool. And funny enough, guys, camera do not really show us how he's doing with the girls. The only thing we started seeing recently was just DJ Flo, and him gisting. So and then he said that the thing is, Big Brother said, okay, be precise. Who are the people? He said, oh, okay, that he had conversation with Kassia recently that they should start. He wants to start, giving Handy and Anita the attention so that they would feel like he wants a sheep. This is also a way of trying to, let people know that he does not have anything to do with Kassia, just to remove their mind on Kassia. You understand? So, but it may seem as though Kassia do not like it at all, because Biggie was like, okay, if you do not want that to happen, okay, how about Toby Forge and Kassia, what they're having? He now said, Biggie, he thinks Toby Forge is actually doing that to other ladies too. He's just looking for the available ladies to have a ship with. Then Biggie was like, okay, if your woman is not cool with being with this lady, so why are you doing it? He was like, oh, Biggie, normally Honey does not want to have a thing in the house, and now Anita is in a ship, so it's no longer an ish. Though himself and DJ Flo are trying to get close, and some of the housemates are asking, like OC asked him that if they want to start having a thing, but DJ Flo is not someone he actually think he wanted to have a thing with. The two people he mentioned was Anita and the other lady. So but because he's actually close to DJ Flo now, people are thinking the same, but he does not feel bad about it, because once you make a step, people are free to think whatever narrative they feel it's happening there. And then he gave his reasons behind this coming to the house to act as besties instead of married couples. He said it's not for strategy. Yes, just like most of us think it's strategy for them, he said it's not for strategy, but his reason to me is also strategy, because having a reason to actually lie alone is a strategy. So I do not think he's right when he's saying not for strategy, because lying is a strategy already. You choosing that, oh, we'll go in as bestie is strategy. That is how I see it. I don't know about you guys. But to him, he said it's not a strategy. That the reason why he did that was because if they come in as married couples, the housemates are going to just, isolate them, So that's why he had to, say, oh, let's just act up like we are not couple, because so that we could bond with people, we can actually have fun, in here. But believe you me, guys, I'm not going to lie. I think they made the right decision to actually as they are not married, because truly, if they were married, you're not going to have interesting personality on Kassia and Kellyrae individually, just like you're having right now. They would not be that free, and truly the housemates would just put them one corner. They are not going to be interesting people in the house. So yeah, I love it that they actually, put the difference there. I love it that way, and according to Kellyrae, he's not ready to reveal it now. So I think I like how it is going on for this their not strategy thinking that I call strategy. I love it, and they made a nice decision, because look at the fans now. They are actually standing them like no tomorrow. Okay. So guys, the third person to make it to the diary room was Chinwe. Dramatic Chinwe. She got into the diary session telling Biggie, oh, that she feels low, she feels down, she's having a low mood, because of course Biggie would always ask how they are feeling, right? Then Big Brother was like, okay, you're feeling low, is it physically or mentally? And then she said she thinks it is a bit of both. And then Biggie was like, okay, so what's the problem? So then she felt like, okay, I think I should unpack. But before she could even start talking, she started tearing up. She started crying seriously, like profusely. She started crying before she could get a grip. She started off again with she said she's having negative vibes from the housemates. Like she feels like most of the housemates do not even like her. In fact, the events of the custodian that happened the last time, it was written all over their faces that they do not want her, to stay in the house. That they would have preferred she left. So in the bit of, I'm going to make her diary session short, because why? Like in all of the ranting, she still refused to see her mistake. That is just why I'm literally like pissed. Like she refused to see her mistake, in as much as Biggie was trying to make her see her mistake. So Biggie was like, okay, she's now started again. She wanted to start, apportioning blame to Ebuka yet again. Saying that Ebuka scattered everything with what he said on Sunday, blah, 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 blah. And Big Brother said, before you start saying that about the host, remember, Big Brother sees everything. And then she started off with what Ebuka said, and Big Brother now said, okay, what did you say? She started cutting round corners. That was the moment I actually felt peace. Like, Why cutting around the corner? Because if truly you'd actually sponsored Zion and nobody knows about it, how come Ebuka knows about it? How come the viewers knows about it? Why are you cutting through corners for something that is true? You know, she started saying, Big Brother, this was how I put it. This was, Big Brother later made her to see, did you say this to this person or did you not say it? She said, yes, Big Brother, I did not mention sponsor. And Big Brother was like, don't you think if Ebuka had used the actual word you used, do you think your partner would be happy about it? Guys, do you know that Chinwe still Guys, like, yo, like, really? People deal, you know. She continued saying that Zion even told her that she's just lucky that they did not go home, that if they had gone home it would have been a different topic altogether. We could see Zion's reaction already. Currently is not the Zion we used to know that came in with Chinwe. According to Chinwe, she said it herself that she knows that his ego has been bruised. And you know, men with their ego coming on national TV to tell the world that you sponsored your man. Come on. Even in private self, men do not really, responsible men who do not really like women doing things for them. Now you now have to come tell the world all of this thingy, but yet she's trying to still pinpoint it like, oh, it's not how I said it or whatnot. And then people would actually ask her to assess her behavior. That is just the long and short of it. Let me not start cutting through corners. Big Brother asked her to assess her behavior. She actually mentioned the fights they had. In that regard, where she said she wanted to leave the house, she said it was Zion who said it first, that she should pack up her bag and let them leave. And outside of the house, they are not going to be together. That was how Zion put it up to her. You know, guys, like I was feeling so in a different kind of way, because if she had calmed down, she would have actually left the diary room, you know, feeling free. Though Big Brother, she later laughed at the end and whatnot, but she did not heed or try to listen to what Big Brother was saying, to the extent Biggie had to change the conversation on, you know, the house affairs. So, guys, now so we see her more. And she also noticed that Wani and Handy are not really close to her like they used to. They're trying to avoid her. In fact, she feel like the house see her like a troublemaker. If everyone have the same perception about you, what do you think about it? Anyways, guys, I'm not going to just say too much, but the thing is, her diary session was actually centered around what is going on and how she wanted to apportion blame to Ebuka again, and how she's yet to see the reason why the things that is happening to her is actually happening. Even Biggie had to ask her that, do you know that if you guys were individual pair, Zion would not have any reason to be afraid, because he knows that he's safe and he's friends with everyone in the house. But the reverse is the case. You go, he goes. So don't you think he has every reason to, you know? Biggie just advised her anyways, and, you know, gave her some food for thought to go think about it. Guys, that was how it happened with Chinwe of the Zinwe pair. Anyways, guys, did you watch the diary session? What do you think about it? Tell me in the comment section, as I'll be dropping my voice right here and now. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.